How's it going, hockey fans? Welcome to tonight's show. Chicago Blackhawks, Seattle Kraken, live post-game rapid reaction for you guys. Second game of the homestand in the books now, and all of these games are becoming increasingly critical if the Kraken are going to have a chance at the playoffs. Still trying to claw back into the wild card spot, but they get it done tonight after a decent road trip. First time I've been live after all that, but they went 3-3 on the road trip, dropped the first game of the homestand, and now we're back here with a win in the deep, and you love to see it. Lots of good things happen tonight, a lot of luck as well, and we're going to talk all about it. It's kind of hard to comprehend that the Kraken went on that 9-game win streak, and they're still trying to chase down a wild card spot, but that's what happened when you are still trying to atone for a really poor start, unfortunately. But that's where they're at, and things starting to clear up a little bit on the injury and health front. So the Kraken going to continue to take refuge a little bit at Climate Pledge Arena in this homestand, and the schedule is going to get a little bit easier. I think the Kraken have one of the more easy schedules out of all the teams in the league here in the back half of the season. So lots of things to look forward to, you Kraken fans out there. I'm excited for it, and it's great to have you guys along for this episode. So let's hear from you in the chat as we go. I got a poll question out there tonight. This is a tough one. I know that people don't want to talk about this, but we are approaching the trade deadline. So we've got a few pending unrestricted free agents. I listed a few there. There are some other ones as well, but the question tonight, which pending unrestricted free agent for the Kraken is most likely to be traded at the trade deadline or leading up to it? Eberle, Winberg, Schultz, or other. Others could be potentially Tomas Tatar. He's unrestricted. I don't think they're going to trade him away because they just brought him in. But you've got Hayden, Shore, Belmar, Drieger. So we'll see. Let's hear from you guys. Answer the poll question and let me know in the comments in the live chat here, what do you think is going to happen with one of these pending UFAs as we go towards the trade deadline? Let's get into some comments right now. Thanks for being here, you guys, on the stream tonight. Looks like we've got Megan lighting up the chat. Aussie12, good to see you here again, saying, hey, what's up? New South Wales, Australia here. Great to have you. Thanks for being back on the channel. And a big win for the Kraken. It's great to see it happen. And I'm really glad to be back here live again tonight. I try to do it as often as possible, and tonight was one of those nights where it works out. Hack was wearing his blue tie, which is always a great sign at home. It's a very sharp-looking tie, and it works out. Maybe it's good luck. Who knows? But that's where we're at. So thanks for answering in the poll question here. Megan, let us know your thoughts, how you voted, and we'll keep chatting as we go throughout the night here. Let's break things down, talk about the game for just a little bit. My name is Mike. Sasquatch NHL is the channel name. Thanks for being here, you guys. Thanks for all the support. For the live show tonight, we're going to recap things, break it down. Kraken taking on that not so great Chicago Blackhawks team. And like I said, this is one of those games where, you just need to go win it. Just get it done, and that's what they did. They got a little bit of good fortune throughout the evening. Tomas Tatar was fantastic. He got the payoff towards the end of the game, that breakaway goal, and then another one there late, and it all worked out for the Kraken tonight. 6-2, a big victory. So thank you guys for being part of this show and this stream. Let's hear from you in the chat as we go and vote on that poll question. So far, the votes looks like maybe Schultz is the one that we're going to pick to go somewhere else at the trade deadline. It makes, maybe some sense because you got Riker Evans looking like he's ready to go. So we'll see what happens as we get there, and we'll update throughout the stream tonight. But let's talk about things, and thanks again for tuning in. If you don't subscribe, please do hit that like button on the stream if you're enjoying the video tonight, and let's hear from you guys in the chat. So pretty typical routine here. We're going to go through the game, give you guys the recap tonight, set things up coming into the evening, look at the Kraken roster, which is getting a little healthier. That's good to see. Also, I was a little worried about Jaden Schwartz. He took that puck off of the leg, but he came back in the third period. So another injury averted, luckily there. But we'll also look at the stats, 3 stars, and the schedule coming up here. And of course, chit-chat with you guys throughout the stream. Wow, Kraken explode for 6 goals tonight. I think 12 different players on the score sheet, if I counted properly, coming into the stream tonight. Let's talk about the setup just a little bit as we get started here on the live stream. Blackhawks 14-31-2 coming in. Currently playing without Connor Bedard. He's been fantastic for them, but he's got that broken jaw, fractured jaw. So he's out right now. Their power play, not so great, 32nd in the league. That's just 12.2% success rate. So not very good power play or special teams across the board. Alicia Crank, what's up? Saying, hey, y'all. How you doing? Good to see you, Alicia. We got Elite over there saying, Nathan from Fancast here. Great game. Excellent win for the Kraken. Striatic, good to have you in the chat as well. Says, I like that the Kraken only laid 5 hits on Chicago, keeping them fresh to break the Oilers' streak tomorrow. That would be fantastic if that would happen. I'm skeptical, but hopeful. So we'll see how that goes. Megan also says, voted other. And sadly, it will be the first Kraken I loved. Okay, I hear that. Totally understand. So we have to go through this together. Everybody's going to probably deal with it at some point. Losing a Kraken player or somebody that you love at the trade deadline. It's going to happen every year. It's just part of the deal. So everybody that just logged in, take a look quickly at the poll question tonight. I'm asking the tough question: which pending unrestricted free agent for the Kraken is most likely to be traded at the trade deadline? I put a few names suggested out there: Eberle, Winberg, or Schultz. I don't want to lose them either. It's just part of the deal here. We have to talk about it. We have to put it up to a vote and see what you guys think and get your thoughts on it. But all those guys provide a lot of trade value. I think Winberg is the name that comes up a lot. Eberle is a guy that I would hate to lose, but maybe that veteran presence is really needed somewhere else. Who knows? Schultz seems like it makes the most sense to me just with Riker Evans, but maybe another team isn't going to feel the way that we do about it. So a lot of things to consider as we go towards the trade deadline. 6 votes it looks like so far. So keep voting, you guys, as you log in. Schultz is the pick right now, with 50% of the vote overall. Stratic says fewer hits than goals. Yes. Very smart tonight. The Kraken were efficient. I think they were also a little bit lucky at times, Stratic. I want to point that out. Got the puck luck, and sometimes that's the way it has to go. You got to get a few bounces here and there if you're going to get a couple extra wins. And it's an important win, so I don't want to minimize, but that's how it went tonight. How can we have less shots on goals and shots on goal and still win? This has kind of been the Kraken's MO lately. They seem like they come up with fewer shots on goal than their opponent. They lose in the face-off circle, but they win in the goal-scoring department. They're a very efficient team. Their shooting percentage continues to go up. I think, Striatic, please correct me if I'm wrong in that department, but yeah, it defies logic in a lot of ways, but it seems to be the formula for dubs, and let's keep it going. I hope it's not Chris, who will totally break my heart. Yeah, that'd be a tough one, and he is a UFA, and we kind of forget about it because he's been bouncing up and down when needed, but it's a possibility. We've got that three-prong goalie situation going on, and I don't think it was a bad idea to stack up in the goalie department with Drieger and Grubauer when you started the franchise. That's never a bad idea to have really strong goaltending. And it was, it worked out because there was a lot of injury type of scenarios that played out between both of those guys. And just imagine where we would be without Joey Decord stepping up and doing what he's done out of nowhere. Alicia says Winnie. And so, like I said, this is one of those names that comes up a lot. He's a really disruptive player. Very talented. We always complain he doesn't shoot the puck enough. Tonight, he didn't even need to shoot the puck, and he scored a goal. I'm going to talk about that during the breakdown for the goal recap. But yeah, Winberg, that name keeps coming up. I think it's a player that he's very talented. He's disruptive. He's got those sweet hands at times. He can really create plays. So it's a type of player that I think a lot of teams would be interested in. So we'll just have to see what happens. Like I said, though, I don't want to lose any of these guys, but it's probably going to happen. One or many, not many, but one or more will probably be departing. Maybe a prospect along the way. Who knows what's going to happen? But I feel like if the Kraken can stay close in playoff contention, they're probably going to want to be buyers at the trade deadline this year. And they've got a lot of draft picks that they can package together with, a veteran or somebody and get some good value back in a trade. Megan says Turbo was behaving, which was nice. But I love feisty Turbo. Yeah, he was a little bit more tame tonight. Last game, he was all over the place. I love that. I have a Turbo Tanev jersey, so I'm a big fan as well. And he's been a huge leader, huge part of the identity for the Kraken, which continues to evolve. We're seeing them have to be, play the tough guy a little bit more often this year because some of their guys are getting banged up. Some of the teams are taking, maybe some cheap shots or taking advantage here and there against Kraken players. So you got to defend your guys. The way hockey works, it can be a pretty rough and tumble game. Sometimes you need to have a little bit of response. And I feel like Turbo really stepped up in that Toronto game, and he continues to be one of the core leaders for this team. Alicia, Kraken are becoming the bad boys of hockey a la 1990 Detroit Pistons. Yeah, you got Yanni Gord out. And let's look at the roster here as we go. I was getting through the setup, was talking about injuries, illness, but I really did want to focus on the roster because, and thank you, Alicia, for the reminder, because it just keeps changing constantly. Tonight, you've got Matty Beniers still out, which, Matty Beniers, I think the kid is going to have to put on a little weight if that makes sense. Like, he's got to bulk up just a little bit. He gets knocked around a lot through his first couple of seasons here. So I think we need to get Matty in the weight room a little bit, maybe some protein shakes, bulk him up a little bit. I feel like the guys are stepping up to defend him, but man, it's two pretty severe hits to the head and neck, shoulder area in 2 seasons. So it's really concerning, young in his career, and you hate seeing it. And you wish that the league would maybe step up and add some supplemental discipline for either of those hits. The one against the Canucks when Tyler Myers, last season, and then this year that boarding play by Sillinger in Columbus, and no response from the league. I don't think either of them. Maybe there was a fine, but yeah. So young star, just won Rookie of the Year, and now already a couple of really bad injury situations for him. So you hate to see that. But he's going to be back soon with skating in the white sweater today at practice. So not too far out, hoping for the best there. You've got Pierre-Edouard Bellemare still out, but we are getting healthier, right? Andrei Burakovsky is back. So far, so good with him. Everybody was kind of biting their nails the first shift back for him, but he's surviving so far. Yanni Gord, like I said, still on the naughty list there, but he'll be back next game. Vince Dunn returned tonight. Hayden Riker Evans scratches. So, and then you've got Grubauer back. So that's great. I know people are like, oh, Grubauer hasn't been good, blah, blah, blah. But Grubauer, just like last season, I feel like he's going to be strong when you need to lean on him. Joey Daccord, just let the kid keep running. He's been hot. Again, tonight, a couple of great saves. I'll break that down in the recap as well. But Joey Daccord, the MVP of the season so far for the Kraken. Megan, okay, so some more comments here as we go right before I get into the recap. Says, please don't think I'm complaining, but I have no idea how that shots on goal thing. No, totally understandable. I think most people's reaction when you see the other team have more shots, you're like, oh God, we need more shots. And that's typically how you're going to score is when you take more shots. So it's totally understandable. I don't take it as complaining at all. I feel the same way. I usually like to see anywhere from 25 to 30 shots, just quantity wise, but then you really start to break down the quality. Sometimes I'll put the heat maps up on the stream. I don't have them tonight, Megan, but it gives you an idea of where those shots are coming from, and the quality chances are really what you're looking for. The Kraken have been very efficient, though, so there's all of that comes into play. Also saying, heard Matty should be back on the weekend. Speculation, so I don't have any official insider info. I'm just like you guys. I'm a fan. I'm not part of the press corps, so I don't pretend to be. So everything that I find out is through the pros doing their job, and I try to syndicate that and give credit and retweet. But when I find something out, I try to share it as well. But we'll see what happens. Don't want to get the horse before the cart type of deal, but I would imagine he'll be back soon because he was wearing that white sweater, which means he can go full contact at practice here soon. So Uncle Ron will know what to do, definitely. My home jersey's Hack's name and UND number on it. Okay, cool. Love Turbo. I mean, the dude beat up his own brother, for goodness sakes. Yes. And brotherly love, that's the way it goes. I know my brother somewhere out there. I don't know if he's watching tonight, but we go way back. We had our battles as well. That's just the way it goes when you grow up. Spartan, what's up? Good to see you back on the channel tonight. Kraken win. Love to see it. Says, hey, great win. And flights to Dallas. I'm already in Dallas. So, yeah, that was the getaway goals the bonus code. So when the Kraken score 5 goals, you can get on the app or over on X. They post the getaway code. And tonight was one of those nights. So if you need to fly to Texas, book it with Alaska Airlines. That's a free plug, Alaska. Bulk up a little bit, not too much. Yes, I hear that. Stratic says, hi, Megan. And so that's kind of it for chat right now. Actually, I'll keep taking comments here. If you guys want to keep sending them, love taking comments. This is a lot of fun for me. It says, hey, Squid Squad. As long as I don't stutter. Spartan says, no one will probably get this, but I drew a favorite animated character in a Kraken jersey. Oh, I think I saw that. That was an anime? I'll go check that out again. I don't really know that genre at all, so maybe you can fill me in on that. But I did see it, and I'll go check that out again. Take another look. Stratic says, hey, let's never lose 4 in a row again, please. Or 3 in a row. I don't like losing any more than 2 in a row. Cut those losing streaks off at 2. It's going to do you a lot of good throughout your season. If you can just limit them to about 2 game, maybe 3, but 4 games is a lot, especially at this point in the season when you're trying to chase in the standings. Megan says, I love Gru and his Funko Pop on my desk, but his mentals aren't right. So he'll get back there. I have a lot of faith in Grubauer. He's had a lot of up and down over the last couple of years, a lot of injuries to get through, but he did lead us in the playoffs, thanks to Martin Jones getting us to the playoffs. So fantastic work by Gru once he got hot again and healthy. Just shows you things can change so fast in this league, especially in goal, and Kraken showed you that last year. Megan says, I thought I heard Hack say it, but not getting too excited yet. So yeah, we just got to wait and see what's happening. I didn't hear it, so I don't want to speak officially on it or anything like that. But if you did hear it, let me know for sure. Stratic says, don't we have a ridiculous record on merch nights this season? Sorry, I'm still a little, been dealing with this thing for a long time. Shiny stuff. Good to have you back too. I don't know, Striatic, the ridiculous merch night record. I see somebody post that. They have a spreadsheet, so I'm going to have to wait for it. I think it's Paul Buxton, if I'm not mistaken. So let's keep an eye on x.com for that. If you see it, let me know, because I want to point it out. Shiny stuff. Kraken friends, it's been a while. I can only be on the stream for a minute, but let's go. Much loves. Thank you, Shiny stuff, for being here. Hopefully I got to your comment while you're still here and not choking on my own voice and throat. But yeah, it's been a long couple months here in the Squatch fam, being, up and down with health and all that, and busy. And oh man, I'm super busy with work right now too. A big surge by the team. My official job, not this. This is not a job. This is just for fun. But yeah, getting healthier. I can actually talk now. I was able to do a podcast with Rick Judd. If you didn't check that out, please check that out. That's over on your podcast apps. It's also here on YouTube. But thanks again, Rick Judd, for stopping by on that one. We got to do that last weekend. So finally able to, chain a few of these live streams and recordings together. So thanks, you guys, for shouting out in the chat. Let's get into the recap tonight. Let's break things down for tonight's rapid reaction. And don't forget to vote on the poll still. Right now, results, 44% people think Schultz might be the guy that gets traded. We'll see. Megan says, let's not lose at all. I like that. That's the best approach. Never lose ever again. All right, so we go first period. Joey Decord for Seattle. You got Soderblom for Chicago. Kind of a tricky one to say, but we get going here. First period, Kraken fourth line. I thought, nice little buzz early for them. Some good chances just a few minutes into the game. Seattle's got some good possession time going through the first 5 minutes or so. Shots were even, about 3-3 there. And what do you know? We've got a good old-fashioned Jared McCann opener to get things going. His 19th goal this season. A great setup by Jordan Eberle below the goal line, doing his Wayne Gretzky imitation, they said on the broadcast. And what a shot from Jared McCann. Makes it 1-0 Seattle. Kraken got the momentum going here right after that. They get a little puck luck on this next one. Burakovsky fires from the face-off circle. It hits Jaden Schwartz in the leg. But this is why you go to the net, right? You get down there, you get in the paint down low, And Kraken get another goal, so it's 2-0 early in the first period. And that's a good start. Chicago with a little pushback, though. 10:07 left. Tolvanen called for cross-checking. Blackhawks get a power play, their first one of the game. But they don't break through. Sometimes your best penalty killer is going to be your goalie, and that was the case this time. Joey Decord, another highlight reel save here. Flashes that glove down low, absolutely robs Dickinson at the net, maintaining that Kraken 2-goal lead. So that was a big save by Joey. William Borgen says hello to Ryan Donato, welcomes him home to the deep, puts him in a headlock down in the crease. So no time for pleasantries tonight when you're behind in the playoff race. Belligerent Borgie giving it to Donato, giving him the little brother treatment a little bit, a little headlock there. 2:40 left in the first. Blackhawks get on the board. Unfortunately, they're cycling in the Seattle zone. Puck comes up the wall there to the point. A quick shot gets through, bounces around a little bit through a screen. Looked like Anderson got his stick on it there, and that's who got credit for it. Blackhawks cut the lead to 1. They push back, like I said, through the end of that frame, and the Kraken exit the period with 9 shots, 2 goals, a 1-goal lead, and 1 headlock. Megan says, if it's anyone other than Chris, I'll be sad, but we'll get over it. Glad to see the Kraken becoming healthy. I was thinking of extending my trip to Seattle till today, but decided to end it the 20th. I really wanted that Gruby-Stein. Yes, I missed the game tonight too. I'm here, so I get to do this, but I didn't get to go to the arena. Might get it on eBay. Love the fact that the Hawks kept rolling, and also saying we'll be at CPA in 2 years for member seats at home for my 50th. Awesome. Love to hear it. Support those Kraken. That's cool. You get to be back in the Seattle area, taking a game. Thanks for all the comments tonight, Megan. Appreciate it. Okay, so here we go. Second period. Starts with a lot of interesting things happening in the Blackhawks zone. And a big blunder. An own goal. Went off the defender's skate there. Scoots past Soderblom. So the Kraken, fortunate, and Winberg credited there. So Kraken restore their 2-goal lead. It's 3-1. Winnie credited, didn't even have to shoot the puck. So fantastic. He just, he touched it last. So he gets credited there. And that's why I'm saying the Kraken with some puck luck tonight. That's the way it went. All the way down, 8:25 left in the second here. We're going to scoot ahead just a little bit. And Ty Karche called for hooking. So the Kraken go shorthanded. Really critical point of the game, it felt like. You've got the 2-goal lead, but you don't want to let them get back into this. And I didn't think the Kraken were playing a dominant game. They were just really fortunate tonight. But the Seattle Kraken penalty kill comes through on that one. And just in general, I didn't think anything amazing was happening from the Kraken in the second period. Their energy sagged just a little bit. They maintained the 2-goal lead, so that's important. But then they add to it. So this is what you want. Put the foot back on the gas pedal. Get a good puck retrieval. You're moving it around. Dumoulin takes it up at the top of the zone. He does a sweet no-look pass as he walks it down the sidewall there. Over to Turbo. Cross ice. Right on the edge of the slot. And Turbo sneaks one in. Just a small gateway to fit that puck through on the right post. Kraken grab a 4-1 lead, and I felt like that was a huge moment. It just kind of broke things open. Kraken confident. 3-goal lead allows you to just kind of flex your muscle and relax a little bit. Minute 12 left in the second. Another unfortunate play there. Jaden Schwartz took that puck to the leg. He was okay. He comes back at the start of the third, so that's good. Avoiding another big serious injury. We'll see if there's any fallout from that. He's probably going to be pretty sore, but really good news that he came back right away from that one. So big period here to get the win. Third, here we go. Shorthanded Burakovsky right away called for holding, and then you're like, okay, can we not take penalties and let them back into this game? Good chance for Chicago to cut into that 3-goal lead, and that's exactly what they do. Vlasic up top to Jones. He sends it low to Kurashev, who finds Nick Foligno. And Foligno buries it on the power play. So Kraken lead cut to 2, 4-2 now at that point. A ton of action in the third, though. leading up to a really just incredible electric sequence. 15:32 left. Blackhawks breakaway. Ryan Donato all alone, denied on the backhand as he dekes across. Joey Decord just completely stuffs him. And then it turns around right away. Puck goes the other end. Tomas Tatar on the breakaway for himself, and he puts it home. He had a fantastic night. I'm not going to be surprised one bit to see Tomas Tatar at the top of the 3 stars tonight. And he puts the exclamation on that sequence, extending the Kraken lead now 5-2 at that point. Another 3-goal lead on the breakaway, crowd going crazy. And I just can't say enough about Tomas Tatar. The acquisition, all the little things he's doing, disruptive, breaking up the play on zone exits. I think Davy Jones' locker room was emphasizing this over on their channel as well. Just amazing work by Tatar tonight. You love to see it. Amazing acquisition by Ron Francis. It's just worked out perfectly. Tatar adds another one here late in the 3rd period, so he has 2 goals on the night. Huge difference maker. Kraken leads 6-2, and that's how it ends. Clock winds down. You've got 12 different Kraken players with points on the night. So that's exactly what you want. Lots of people on the score sheet. Lots of fortunate bounces tonight. We'll take that everywhere we can get it. I forgot to skip to the 3rd. There's the 3rd period scoring stat there. Foligno, Tatar, and then Tatar with the finisher assisted by McCann and Borgen. But that's it, you guys. Quick start by the Kraken. You know, they get out to that 2-goal lead. Chicago response, but they repelled it a little bit, minimized things, got some good luck. Very opportunistic tonight. Joey Decord, fantastic again. I don't know if he'll be on the 3 stars tonight, but I would bet that Tomas Tatar is. So let's hear from you guys in the live chat. Who were your 3 stars tonight? I'm going to read them off as we get to the stats and 3 stars portion of the stream here. And then we're going to look ahead at the schedule, look at the standings, check things out, because I think depending on where league scores are, we'll look at the scores around the league tonight. But Kraken were 4 points out of a playoff spot coming into the evening. So now, depending on games being played, they're probably like 2 points or a game or 2 out. So that's great. And you want to finish this homestand, hopefully a couple more wins. I would love to see them go 3-1 on this homestand, but we'll see. So a big win tonight. Blackhawks 2 goals, Kraken 6 goals. Let's get to some more comments here, and then we'll look at the stats. Megan says, Tomas and I share a birthday, December babies rule. So happy belated birthday. It sounds like December baby for you. So happy birthday, Megan. Also says, Uncle Ron at his brilliant best. Yeah, that acquisition, Tomas Tatar, has been incredible for the Kraken. Just that extra element. And he could move him around in the lineup, so I love that part of his game too. But tonight, all the little things, he's going to get those 2 goals, show up in the score sheet, but it's everything else to me that was so much more important from Tatar. Spartan says, are you going to the March 30th game? Oops, I've got my comments below the result here. Let me fix that. There we go. Are you going to the March 30th game against Dallas at home? I might go to that one. I'm not sure. I think so. My birthday is in March, late March. So usually we try to time up going to a game. I'll have to check the schedule, Spartan. I'll send you a DM behind the scenes and we'll figure that out. It'd be great to see you again. Yeah, we'll see. Tomas, Joey, Turbo, not in that order. Okay, so I love those picks. I would guess Tomas Tatar is going to be up top. We'll see. We'll get there in just a minute here. Let's look at the stats, you guys. And thanks again for being a part of this stream, contributing in the chat. Quick readout of the poll results. Looks like Schultz at 44%, so we'll see what happens. I thought that Winberg would be the popular pick, but I think with Riker Evans playing so good, it really gives you an opportunity to maybe make a change in the back end on the blue line. So, I don't know. A lot of days left still towards the trade deadline. Lots of things can change. Hopefully no more injuries, but we'll see what happens. Okay, game stats. Shots on goal, like Megan said, Chicago with 36. We only had 29. That's fine with me. Like I said, I like anything 25 plus from the Kraken. Usually feels about right. The way they run their offense. I would like to see, maybe just a few less from the opponent, but 36, okay. Blocked 17. They blocked 18. Face-offs, 51%, so you win the face-offs tonight, and that's good. Blackhawks, though, a pretty banged-up team, so Kraken, not the best face-off team. Just got to win the face-offs in your own zone at least as often as you can. Power play tonight. Blackhawks broke through one time on 3 attempts. No power play goals for the Kraken tonight. Would like to see them break through on the power play. Was not much happening. Man advantage. Early happy birthday. If I don't see you, yeah, let me know. Yeah, and I've got a pretty aggressive travel schedule coming up too, so we'll see. I was going to travel more. Well, it doesn't matter. Anyways, real job, right? Gotta pay the bills. I'll let you know, though. Megan says, got it. Definitely. I think you might be talking about the 3 stars. We're going to find out here pretty quick. Okay, here's the shots by period. First period, Blackhawks 15. And most of those came, it felt like late. The Kraken, I think they were pretty much even through the first 5 to 10 minutes. And then the Blackhawks kind of pushed back after the Kraken scored those first 2 goals. Second period, largely dominant in the shot counter by the Kraken, but again, very fortunate result tonight. Third period, 10 shots, and they maintained structure-wise. I thought defensively they were just fine in the third period. No complaints from me tonight. I would like just a little bit more dialed-in effort because you're not always going to get those bounces. That's all I'll say, but never going to complain about a win. So that's a look at the stats, the shots. Here are the 3 stars, you guys, and then we'll wind down, log out for the evening. Joey Decord, the #1 star. Shocker. Not really. I probably would have, if it was me, I would have picked Tomas Tatar first, Joey Decord second, Jordan Eberle right there. I don't know if I would have picked Eberle, but, you know, he had a nice game. That great pass down low on that first goal by McCann. So 2 assists, 2 really nice assists for Jordan Eberle tonight. Really good game by all 3 of those. Can we not get an updated picture of Tomas Tatar in the Kraken sweater? Or at least Photoshop? I mean, I could go Photoshop it, but anyway. All right, so there's the 3 stars, you guys. Let's look at the standings. I'd also like to look at the scores around the league real fast. So the Maple Leafs win again. They beat the Winnipeg Jets in overtime at home. Florida takes down the Coyotes 6-2. Boston lost to the Hurricanes. Boston at home. Avalanche 6-2 over the Caps. Wow. It says Cale Makar becomes Avalanche franchise leader in goals by a defenseman with 76. So, pretty impressive. Cale Makar. Incredible player. Kraken win 6-2. We already know that. Blues beat the Canucks in overtime. So Canucks earn a point, but they lose in OT to the Blues. And then you got the Sabres taking down the Kings. Kings are not doing so great lately. Pretty interesting situation going on there. They're 22-13-9. I think that's going to put them at 22-14. Nope, 13. Yep. So standings here on the screen, 22-13-9. Kraken chasing the Kings now, and the Oilers just keep rolling. They've bounced up, or not bounced. They've climbed up into the 3rd spot. 55 points for them. They still have a game in hand on the Kings. So that's kind of who we're chasing in the division, but I feel like the Kraken are right there within striking distance now of the wild card. Gotta finish this homestand with at least another win. Hopefully 2. We'll see what happens. But 47 points for the Kraken. They're going to move to, I believe, 20 wins now. My math is right. You look at that graphic again. This didn't update. So, yeah, they are going to be at 20 wins. Sorry about that. See, this is the problem. When I don't go live very often, I get a little bit out of practice. But, yes, Kraken with their 20th win on the season. So that is great. This hasn't updated yet, but they're going to be right there within striking distance. So that is going to be it for tonight's stream, you guys. Thanks again for being here in the live chat. Here's a look ahead at the schedule. You got the Blackhawks. That game's over. Then the Blues on Friday, Sunday against the Blue Jackets, and then out on the road against the Sharks January 30th. And that'll do it for January, you guys. Into February, we go towards the trade deadline. Lots of things to look forward to. thanks again for being here. If you don't subscribe to the podcast, check that out as well. Great episode with Rick Judd just posted in the last few days over there. But next one, St. Louis Blues. That's it for tonight, you guys. Thanks again. Tune in for the next live stream. We'll chat a little bit more about the Kraken. And I'll post over on X and right here on YouTube when I'm going to go live. So subscribe, turn on alerts. That way you know when I go live. You don't miss out on content. And have a great evening. Keep up on X in the meantime. Catch you again. Another stream. See you, Megan. Thanks for being here. Spartan, Striatic, Alicia, on and on. Shiny Stuff. All you guys, thank you again for all the support and being here on the live streams. Talk to you again real soon. Have a great night.